Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's Weekly News Conference. Today we will announce two studies to improve east-west crossing of the Bayfront Connector, report an upgrade in the City of Erie's bond rating, proclaim April 5th Erie Seawolves Day, commend the Mercyhurst Lakers men's basketball team, and celebrate our local AmeriCorps Vistas. Now I'll turn it over to the Mayor.
Thanks, Renee, and welcome everyone. It's good to see a great crowd here. Thanks everyone for being here. First today, as Renee said, we want to explain two feasibility studies that we're undertaking to improve the safety of pedestrians, bicyclists, as well as drivers attempting to cross on the East Bayfront Parkway connector. We are concerned about the safety and welfare of our residents living on the east side who are living near the Bayfront connector and have to cross it. When I drive on the Bayfront Highway south of East 12th, I often see people running across the Bayfront Highway while cars are speeding in both directions. Also, I've seen mothers lifting baby strollers over the median. I've also seen children lifting or throwing their bikes over the median as well. So the first study I'm going to talk about is already underway, and it's addressing the pedestrian safety on the Bayfront Highway from East 6th to East 12th. PennDOT's focus in this study is to reduce the relatively high number of accidents that are occurring in this 6-block stretch. PennDOT hired JMT consultants to perform the preliminary engineering and the improvements, and they're reviewing the following options. Should they reduce lane width? Should they add pedestrian islands at mid-street? Should they change the current intersections to perhaps to roundabouts? Or should they implement other traffic calming measures such as a road diet or managed lanes? There are also several other options that they might consider. PennDOT will evaluate the types and causes of the reported crashes that have occurred, which of the alternatives would best mitigate or reduce the number of crashes, and the effects of each alternative on the traffic flow, because we want to ensure that the capacity is not reduced to an unacceptable level for the traffic. Another option being looked at is a pedestrian bridge crossing the Bayfront Parkway, but that seems like that would be pretty challenging since there is the railroad tracks just to the west of the Bayfront Parkway, and that bridge would have to be 23 feet high to get over the railroad tracks. JMT is already collecting traffic counts at each of the intersections. We anticipate beginning discussions with PennDOT later this summer, and we also hope to have a public meeting where PennDOT will present their findings. We'd like that public meeting to take place as early as this fall. The second study, which I'm also excited to announce, is that PennDOT has approved $100,000 in funding to the Erie County Department of Planning. Those funds are going to allow the city to undertake a feasibility study of alternatives to pedestrian crossings and bicycle paths along the East Bayfront Highway. That will be from East 6th all the way up to the Broad Street interchange. We will start this project as soon as it is included in the MPO's Unified Planning Work Program. We're working on an RFP now, and we'll be moving to try to hire consultants and go through that selection process as quickly as we can. We are excited about these two studies because it will make it easier and safer for our East Side residents to safely cross and bicycle along the Bayfront Connector. Next, we're excited to report that Standards & Poor's has upgraded the city's bond rating from A stable to A positive. We have been in conversations with S&P for several weeks as they've evaluated our financial management. Since January of 2006, when the city's bond rating was junk status, S&P has actually upgraded the city's bonds now. This is the 5th time in that period of time. The most recent upgrade to A positive is very good news for the city. S&P's upgrade to A positive is basically telling investors that the city's financial management continues to improve. This upgrade will translate into lower interest rates on future bonds, which means less interest expense that the city has to pay. Our third item, with the arrival of spring, it's time for baseball. The Erie Seawolves kick off their season at home with the Friday opener on Friday, April 5th, which is tomorrow. In honor of the start of the season and to show our support, the city has hoisted the Seawolves flag here on South Park Row, and I invite Greg Coleman to come up and join me at the podium as we declare tomorrow Erie Seawolves Day. Greg, thanks for being here. Thanks for all you're doing. I'm going to read a proclamation first, and then we'll have a few words from Greg. So, whereas the Erie Seawolves have competed in the Eastern League Western Division of the minor league baseball team since coming to Erie in 1995. I think that's before some of our Mercyhurst basketball players were even born, right? 1995. Whereas the Erie Seawolves have played 25 consecutive seasons and currently have the third highest pitching and batting averages in the Eastern League. Whereas the Erie Seawolves are a Double-A affiliate of the Detroit Tigers and have produced top prospects for major league teams, including the Detroit Tigers, the Anaheim Angels, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Whereas off the field, the Erie Seawolves engage in many philanthropic efforts benefiting numerous local nonprofit causes and sports-related outreaches, and we really appreciate that, Greg. Whereas the Erie Seawolves aim to provide the best experience possible for fans through events, promotions, and were named the Eastern League's top promotional club in 2017, last year, and they are also a finalist for Major League Baseball's Larry McPhail Award, which demonstrates outstanding and creative marketing and promotion. Now, therefore, I, Joseph V. Schember, Mayor of Erie, hereby proclaim April 5th, 2019, be recognized as Erie Seawolves Day in Erie. I encourage our citizens to recognize the fans, the players, the coaches, the staff for their continued dedication and commitment to our community, and wish the Erie Seawolves the best of luck this season. Greg, congratulations. And one other comment before I introduce Greg. My parents in retirement actually raised money to help build that field, and I was at the first game with them. They've both passed away since, but this is kind of touches me because my parents were both involved in getting that stadium built. So, Greg, if you'd share a few words with us. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the proclamation. We are excited to start our 25th season. It's amazing how fast time goes by. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you, Mayor, to you and your administration, the city staff, for making us feel so welcome this year and for our past 24 years as well. We are thrilled to get going tomorrow night. Game time is 6:05. We have a big year planned with a lot of promotions based around our 25th season theme, between giveaways and special visits from guests. We're also going to have some pretty big changes on the horizon at the ballpark with construction starting on the ballpark later this summer to really improve things in terms of adding functionality, amenities, team store, stadium club, restroom, and concession upgrades. It's going to be a very different ballpark when folks walk in the gates for our 26th season. So I want to say thank you to the fans, the supporters. We have some partners that have been with us for all 25 seasons, and we can't speak highly enough about their support. And we encourage fans to join us. Gates open at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and game time is 6:05. Come on out, have fun, and I want to say thank you very much to the Erie community. The reason we've been able to do this for 25 seasons is because of you. So thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I do want to present you with a Seawolves hat. We can't have it be Seawolves Day tomorrow without that.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Thank you very much.
So,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you, Greg. How's it look? Greg, thank you very much. We do love our Erie Seawolves. We're happy to host the team, and we look forward to a great season, and I especially look forward to the opening of the 2020 season in that new ballpark. It's really going to be incredible. I've seen designs and pictures, and by the way, I will be at the game tomorrow evening, so I hope to see a full packed stadium there for that. Next, we want to recognize the Mercyhurst Lakers men's basketball team, many of whom are here with us today. They made the Elite Eight in the playoffs for the first time in Mercyhurst history. I'd like to invite the following people to come up here and join me at the podium. Mercyhurst Athletic Director Brad Davis, men's head basketball coach Gary Manchel, Vice President for Student Living and Athletics Laura Zirkel, as well as all the players who are here with us. Come on up. And you get a little closer to me so you're on the camera too. Thank you. Okay, I have a proclamation for you as well. So I'll start out by reading that, and then we'll get some comments. So whereas the Mercyhurst University men's basketball team advanced to the NCAA Elite Eight tournament for the first time in school history, whereas the Mercyhurst University men's basketball team played an impressive season with a 26-8 record, a tie for the most team wins in the entire Mercyhurst University athletic department. Whereas Mercyhurst University men's basketball team achieved incredible milestones throughout the season, including winning the Perico Cup against my alma mater, Gannon University, finishing third in the PSAC West Regional season standings, and scoring the second best points per game allowed. Their defense was incredible, the second best in the entire nation. Whereas Mercyhurst University men's basketball team advanced to the NCAA March Madness tournament, where they beat Fairmont State in the first round, Indiana University of Pennsylvania in the second round, and West Liberty University in the Sweet 16, resulting in the Atlantic Region Championship win. Whereas Mercyhurst University men's basketball team competed valiantly against the undefeated, #1 ranked Northwest Missouri State in the Elite Eight, and held the team to only 55 points, tying a record for the lowest number of points allowed in the Elite Eight. Whereas Mercyhurst University men's basketball team achieved individual success with Patrick Smith. Where's Patrick at? Right, okay, don't hide. Being named to the MVP of the Atlantic region. Jason Macy, Jason with us? Not here. And Patrick Smith being part of the Atlantic region team. And Coach Gary Manchel celebrated his 400th career win against Gannon University. Now, therefore, I, Joseph E. Schember, Mayor of the City of Erie, on April 4th, 2019, congratulate the Mercyhurst University men's basketball team on their historic and successful season. I encourage all of Erie to celebrate the entire Mercyhurst University family and reflect upon their milestones and achievements this academic year. Erie is proud. Go Lakers. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to call on Coach Manchel to say a few words. Coach?
Thank you.
Sure.
I'd like to thank the mayor, City of Erie, also our administration, President Victor, Athletic Director Brad Davis, Vice President Laura Zirkle in charge of athletics. It was a great year, but more importantly, I guess the people I really want to thank are the people behind me, my players. You hear a lot about the news today in college athletics, about scandals, about academics, paying players. The one thing I'm most proud of is that, we try and do it the right way. And these guys behind me, their commitment, their sacrifice. I think a lot of people don't know they have the highest GPA, highest graduation rate of anybody in the league as far as our university and our team. And it's the sacrifice that they do every single day. It's what they bring to the table. They have no egos, team committed. And it's just been a pleasure to coach. It's been a great ride. So I want to thank everybody, thank the mayor. We do have another one. I don't know if you can wear this because I don't know if it's going to fit, but we do have a jersey for you. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll sit down here. We have one more thing to do. If this doesn't fit, I'll hang it in my office. How about that? Thank you very much, Coach. And congratulations on the great season. Congratulations to all of you. Kind of have one little side note here. I understand that one of the players actually found fame not only on the court, but also on the stage. In fact, this weekend, April 26th, he will be playing the lead role in Mercyhurst Opera's theater production of Don Pasquale. Perhaps he'd sing a few bars for us. What do you think? Yeah. Patrick Smith!
So the opera is the 26th and 28th. Feel free to come out and support. This weekend, I will be performing also at the dance show, which is Raw Edges, which is the 5th, 6th, and 7th, so feel free to come and support. That will be a little bit more contemporary, but I guess not from Don Pasquale, but I'll sing a little line from, I guess, an Italian art song. Oh, man. Okay.
Nel cor più non mi sento brilla gioventù, cagion del mio tormento, Amor si colpa tu, mi pizzichi, mi stuzzichi, mi pungichi, mi mastichi, che cosa è questo, ahimè? Amor si colpa tu.
Does anybody else want to sing before you sit down? That was awesome, Patrick. Incredible, incredible. You gave me chills, actually, when you started to sing. So thanks very much to all of you for being with us. Congratulations on the great season. And normally, you would say to someone performing on the stage, break a leg. But since you're a basketball player, I'm going to say, don't break a leg. Just have a good performance.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can stand up here, or you can sit back down. That's up to you. Okay, now the last thing we want to do this morning is recognize our AmeriCorps Vistas who have been here helping us transform Erie. The AmeriCorps Vistas are actually working in the domestic version of the Peace Corps. The AmeriCorps program is a national service that is designed to eliminate poverty. Here in Erie, we've had 15 visas working across the community this past year. Today, we want to recognize them and celebrate them for their accomplishments. And first, I'd like to invite up Gabrielle Bradshaw, who is AmeriCorps Vista's Program Director for Lake Effects Leaders, to provide an overview of the program. Gabrielle.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabrielle Bradshaw, and I am the current director of the Lake Effect Leaders AmeriCorps Vista project that operates in Crawford County and Erie County. I am also a former AmeriCorps member myself and have had the privilege of serving with AmeriCorps State National and AmeriCorps Vista. So VISTA, or Volunteers in Service to America, is a national service organization that builds capacity in nonprofit organizations to bring individuals and communities out of poverty. For over 50 years, AmeriCorps Vista members have served as a catalyst for change, living and working alongside their communities to meet our nation's most pressing challenges. In 2003, Lake Effect Leaders began as the Children and Youth AmeriCorps Vista Project of Northwestern PA. As a collaborative effort of Allegheny College, Edinboro University, Gannon University, and Mercyhurst University, the project was built to serve nonprofit agencies addressing needs of underserved children and youth living in Erie and Crawford County. Today, the project, the mission is still the same. We serve in Erie County and Crawford County, and we have 19 amazing VISTA members, 15 of which are serving in Erie County at organizations like Community Shelter Services, Gannon University, Bayfront Maritime Center, our West Bayfront, and the City of Erie. I would like to thank Mayor Schemberg, Kathy Rosdick, Aaron Carey, and our amazing VISTA members for being here today. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite up Sister Michelle Schreck from the Eastside Grassroots Coalition. She'll be providing her feedback on this program. She's been very involved. So, Sister Michelle.
Thank you, Mayor, and this is a wonderful opportunity to recognize the good work that AmeriCorps Vistas have been doing in the city of Erie for many years. Our project works with community revitalization, neighborhood revitalization, and in the past we've had Vistas that have assisted with youth education. And they're making a huge impact, and what a great way to honor them, especially during this month of volunteers in April. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Michelle. And finally, I'd like to invite up Aaron Carey and also all the VISTA members who are here to kind of surround Aaron while she's up here. Let's see. Yes, and so Aaron and VISTA members, please come up. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Carey. I'm the AmeriCorps Vista that works with the City of Erie. It's been a wonderful couple of months connecting with the community and working with the staff here at the city. They've been very welcoming. I've had the privilege of working on the East Bayfront Strategic Plan and closely with our city's great neighborhood organizations. Many of these Vistas work at those neighborhood organizations to help build capacity. I've learned a lot, and I'm excited to be a part of all this great momentum that's happening in Erie right now. I also just have to point behind me because these are the Vistas that are really making all this work happen too. They work with Erie organizations on projects of food insecurity and food education, the opioid epidemic, like I said, our neighborhood organizations, and many other Erie nonprofits. They do great work building capacity for their organizations, and they're really wonderful folks to work with. So thank you to the mayor for highlighting Vista members during his press conference today, and thank you to all for your support of the Vista program.
Maybe we could arrange a basketball game between the Vista and the Mercers. Some of them were pretty tall. Erin, thanks very much for the presentation. Thanks to all the AmeriCorps Vista members who are here today. We really appreciate the work you've done over the last year and over the last many years that's been done here by AmeriCorps Vista to help the Erie community continue to improve. That wraps up today's press conference. I'd ask everyone who was here to speak to remain around because you may want to be interviewed by the media, or they may want to hear a song or something like that. So thanks a lot for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you.